This is a core workout with a stick. By utilizing a stick, we're actually adding complexity and we're using our grip strength, which actually encourages our core strength. So everything starts to engage more. This workout is only 5 moves. We're going to do each move 25 repetitions before we move on to the very next move. But don't worry, I'm going to give a whole demo of all of the different moves in just a second. I'm going to be using a 5-foot stick mobility stick. I will leave a link in the description for where you can get yours. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, and come back to this stick mobility playlist for more of these workouts. The first move is a boat over under. So you're going to hold the stick wider than hip width apart, and you're going to be in a boat and put your legs over and under the stick. Here we go. So you'll see you can kind of stretch out as much as is comfortable. If you fall over, no worries. Come back over. Try and find that balance point if you can. You want to have control. And don't worry about how long this takes. Take your time and know that I'm going to be taking my time too. There's no reason to rush and there's no reason to lose your form or get hurt doing this. So a modification is to have your feet come down when you touch down. So I'm going to go over, down, push your shoulders back and away so you can stand up or sit up as tall as possible. That is the boat over unders. Next one is the boat twist. So you're going to, again, have your hands more than hip width apart. The further out, the easier it is to twist because it's actually kind of hard to twist if your hands are really close together. So, same concept. I'm going to have my hands at about shoulder height. I'm going to be in a boat, reaching up high, overhead, as much as is comfortable for you. Come back down to that shoulder height, twist, and then reach up. Back to center, up, over to the other side, reach up, back to center. So, this one has like 4 movements to equal 1 move because each side counts as 1. So it's a lot. It takes a long time and it is a lot of moves all in one. Again, take your time, be patient with yourself, take some breaks. I'm definitely going to be taking breaks because this is one of the hardest moves. And the modification here is to, again, have your feet down. So you can have your feet down, point those toes, try and bring your back up straight as much as possible. And you're going to reach up. Don't forget to breathe. Twist, reach up. This is still a lot of work. Here, reach up, twist, up. Trying to bring both arms together as they come up. You don't want to be wobbly and have one side going up and down because that will put you off balance. So trying to be controlled with it and have your arms moving together. That is the boat twist. Next, we have a very familiar move, the V up. So the only difference is you're holding a stick. You're going to reach your legs long, arms are long, reaching up overhead. So this time my hands are just at shoulder height, right? I don't need them to be as wide. So I can really control. All of this move is about control and slowing it down so that I'm going to bring my arms and my legs together at the top. Coming down slow and control. You don't actually have to touch your hands to your legs. You're just aiming for that. Here we go. One more. Reaching up, coming down slow and with control. A modification for this one. Have your feet flat on the floor. Your hands are staying in that same shoulder width apart. You're going to come all the way down, reach overhead, trying to keep your biceps kind of locked towards your ears. You're going to come up, sit up, reach up tall. Come down slow and with control. Okay, that's the V-ups. As with every move, I'm going to say this again and again, take your time. We're doing 25 repetitions of each move before we move on to the next one. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it will feel like a lot in the moment. So be sure to take your time. If you want to break it down into reps of 5 before you take a break, that is amazing. If you need more rest, that's okay. It's all about just trying to get through it and see how you feel at the end. So that was the V-up. Now we have a dead bug. So this is a variation on a dead bug, and it's kind of different. Each side is going to be different. So first thing, I'm holding the stick in the very middle, and I'm going to bring my one leg up. So opposite side leg is going to come up into this 90-degree position. I'm going to push that stick against my knee as hard as I can, dorsal flexing that foot. Other hand is going to come overhead. Other leg is going to reach long, and now I'm going to just keep pushing this stick against my leg, and I don't want it to wobble, right? You see how it's wiggling and wobbling? I don't want that. I want control. So holding it tight, trying to control it, and now I'm going to reach my arm to my leg, lifting off my shoulder blades. Whew. Obviously, there may be a little bit of wiggle, and that's okay. The more we do this, the better we get. So the modification for this one is you're still going to hold here. You're still pushing your belly button down into the ground, kind of trying to flatten your back as much as you possibly can. And this time, you're going to just bring your leg and your hand up to center. So if you have any neck issues, if you have any shoulder problems, this is good for you. You're just going to come here. This is hard and it takes a lot of coordination. Coming back down here. So that was my right leg, left hand. So we would do 25 on that side and then 25 on the other side. As always, take your time. No reason to rush through it. Really try and have good form throughout. So the last move is probably my favorite. It's called the rock and roll. So there's a lot of points of contact here. I'm holding onto the stick pretty wide, wider than my body. One foot will be pressing against the stick. So the bottom of my foot is pressing against the stick. My other leg is extended straight. My knee pit, or maybe the thigh, depending on how tall you are, is pressed up against the stick, like glued to the stick if you can. And I'm pulling the stick towards me with my hands. So my shoulders are packed down, my chest pushes out, and I'm gonna rock and roll. So here we go. Roll back. Try and find that balance point. And now when you roll back, switch your feet. Try and get those toes nice and extended. Roll, switch. Find that balance point. Roll and switch. Whew! If you end up coming all the way down, no big deal. It's a momentum thing, and it's really hard to find that balance. So just keep working on it. The modification for this one is not to switch, just kind of work on that roll back and forth. So you're staying with one leg the whole time, finding that balance point, keeping that leg connected to the stick. 2, right? And then when you get to 25, you can stop, readjust, and go again. Every time you're pushing the stick into your body, your shoulders are packed down, your chest is out and proud, and your foot is pushing down on the stick, as is your knee pit thigh. Okay, ready? Let's do this. First move, boat under overs. Here we go.